Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this edition of the Service Impact Podcast, where we help service businesses sift through all the noise to better understand the truth about today's marketing and advertising strategies, tactics, and emerging technologies. On today's podcast, we are going to be exploring how AI is helping video production and photography. And I'm joined right now by the director of video production and photography for the mothership Outside Communications, Mrs. Rachel Koehler. Rachel, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. How are we using AI in our video production? I guess I'll start there.
We are using it for video in a bunch of ways. And just as a caveat to that, we're using it different this week than we used it last week. So this is like an evolving process, like really, really big change all the time.
And quickly.
Like yesterday, I took a specific step of my editing process. I cut my time down probably to a third of what it used to be for a specific task with an AI tool.
So we used to, when we would shoot interviews and videos, have to send those interviews and videos out for transcription. Mm-hmm. Do we still have to do that?
Absolutely not.
That's so crazy.
So,
and that's just like, that's in the last, 2 years?
Yeah, give or take. I mean, back in the day when Adobe Premiere first came out with transcription, auto transcription, it was so bad. I mean, I wanted it. I loved the idea of it, but it was utterly unusable. Like complete nonsensical words. It's like, how did they get that word from that person talking?
Right. It's not even a word.
No. But
right.
Today it's amazing. It's like, why not? Why not use it?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous not to. And one of the biggest things right now that I think, not just within the Adobe suite, but across tons of editing software, text-based editing is like huge. So where you look at the transcript and it's linked to the video, you edit the text and it automatically edits
That's
the
amazing.
footage based on how you clip out a sentence, it clips it out in the clip of footage. So it's simultaneously linking those things.
Which you've always text-based edited.
Well,
you have.
Yeah.
Like in other words, with a spreadsheet. In other words, we would get the transcriptions and you
highlight
operate it out of a yes, I've seen hundreds of your projects.
Oh man, like
where
remember 2014 we had that big documentary?
Oh my gosh.
And we had like 100 hours of interviews, and I had my notebook, pages and pages, and I'd highlight.
Yeah.
And then I'd take my highlighted transcripts and then go to my footage and the timestamps and cut it where I'd highlighted. That would take me a fraction of the time today. That particular step of the process.
That's wild. Yeah, it's come a long ways. I don't know that you'll miss those days.
There is something about a pen, highlighter, piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I appreciate the extra time I have to put into other creative things that add more value.
Uh-huh.
So while I miss just the feel of a highlighter in my hand, it's
like people do.
As one does.
Oh boy. Okay. So transcription obviously is big. What are some other things that are allowing us to gain more time for other things?
One thing is photo editing. Again, a person can do anything in Photoshop pretty much.
Right.
If you have the time and the skill set, you can fix all kinds of things in a photo or add things or subtract things. Most of those tasks at the level that we need to do them is just AI tools. The person's hair is blowing away funny sideways. You just highlight the whole thing, auto-gen, do the prompt, and then get 3 different options for hairstyles that look like the person's natural hairstyle. Some of them will look funky, but you can usually generate something that looks good. Or like we were working for a chocolate company and they had me photograph this dark chocolate bunny for Easter. And they're like texted me right before we were going to send out a campaign. They said, hey, we're actually not going to release that product in dark chocolate. It's going to be white chocolate. And so I used an AI masking tool and just like bloop, 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 bloop. And it was like 2 seconds. It was perfectly masked, perfectly recolored. And I could make a version in white chocolate. I could make a version in caramelized chocolate. Like those sorts of tasks that used to be just a little more legwork heavy, it's just like a click. Boop, boop.
That's crazy. And speaking of that, didn't you change somebody's suit color?
Oh, it was more okay.
And that was video though, right?
No. Well, I've changed like clothing colors and video. Yeah, AI tools. Yeah, hands down. And some that it isn't even.
But that's for like me. I'm not like a video production person.
Yeah.
I mean, you do all our video production, and I get to sit, and then you tell me these stories. And I'm like, you just changed homeboy's suit color?
Okay, let
like,
me one up that.
Why? What was wrong with his suit?
I don't remember on that. I don't even remember exactly which one you're talking about.
You
but
didn't
we
like
changed
his suit color. You changed
Okay, no.
it.
Well, there was one time we did a shoot. We had B-roll where a bunch of employees of a company were doing a task, and one of the employees on the shoot was wearing competitor colors and a competitor logo T-shirt.
Oh my God!
And the CEO saw the footage and he's like, "Bro, no, we ain't doing that." And the person just kind of anyway. We weren't able to change their T-shirt on the shoot day. We'll just say that. And so we changed the shirt. We made it their brand color and got rid of that rogue logo. As one does.
That is crazy.
I will say, so to add, this is another super exciting piece of it. We were getting a headshot of a new C-suite executive for a tech company. He shows up in this polo shirt that, I mean, again, in most cases, it was a fine shirt, but for a C-suite executive to get his headshot, where on the website page where they have all their executives, like everybody's wearing like, you know, maybe not a full-on tie, but like certainly a blazer and something really nice. He just looked very casual. So we took the headshot because he was in town and we needed to get the headshot, and they're like, his outfit is a no-go. And so pull out our AI tools and, you know, it's dress-up time. We just built out a bunch of different outfits for him. And again, we're generating things. We're not doing all this intricate masking and redrawing and trying to match a flat image of something to him. We're just highlighting and saying, hey, give him a different suit. And it did take a while at the time when we did it. And I bet if we did it today, it would actually be even faster because this was like 6 months ago, which is an eternity in AI years, right? We had some trouble with getting the buttons on the shirt to be round. They looked weird AI-ish, but we came up with a different outfit for him that looked as one should look for a C-suite person. The photo went on the website, and they said, oh, we'll replace it at some point with a real photo of him. That photo is still there to this day.
Yeah,
and honestly, it looks great. No one would remember that that's not actually what he wore that day.
So who has the conversation with the C-suite guy?
You know, it's funny. He did another event of some kind, and I noticed he was better dressed.
Yeah. Well, our tech friends out there, you know, rolling in. I don't know. The T-shirt can say tech support, right?
Yeah. Whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Okay, what else?
I would say assimilation of data, outlines for videos. Like, this is actually a funny story. We had one customer that we were creating a safety training video, and they sent me a script. And I was, again, trying to be polite because it felt like it was written very flowery and beautiful and just someone put heart and soul into this, but it was nonsensical. And I was thinking, oh, how do I tell them that this script is really good but really bad?
Right.
At the same time. And I called them. I'm just like, you know, I didn't know how to say it. And they're like, oh, yeah, we just generated that with AI. And I said, okay. Yeah, well, can we just do something with this? So, like, AI has some amazing tools for before you film to help with some of the parts of writing a script that could be just time consuming. I mean, if you're struggling to come up with an idea, maybe it can give you, 10 idea options. I haven't actually personally had a ton of success with that because a lot of the content we create seems to be so niche. But there are tools that I'm excited to start using more where like for you in ChatGPT, creating a specific GPT, training that language learning model with your specific information. There's actually video specific AI tools where you put in like all your information about you. You put samples of your writing, and so they know what your voice sounds like, and tell them like your general topics. Give them. You input all this data to tell it this is who our target person is. I mean, you really train it, and it can output something that's 80% of the way there. And then you just refine it and tweak it and fix the little oddities of things that it's mixed. So I think a big piece that we're exploring is that content development side. Just finding efficiencies so we can focus on just having more time to do the really creative, in-depth, specific stuff versus getting that whole outline taken care of.
So it's really about giving us time back.
Oh, 100%. So much time.
So that we can just do better work.
Yeah.
On the same budgets.
Yes, exactly, which I'm super excited about because I feel like, okay, go back when we were doing videos 12 years ago. We would say, just imagine what we could do. But we have X budget, and so we do this.
Right.
Today, with that same sort of a budget, we can accomplish twice as much and do those cool things we're actually envisioning, like what if?
Yeah.
And we can actually make those what ifs happen.
Yeah, when we were flying drones 15 years ago.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, those were dangerous.
Yeah,
They were dangerous, and they didn't always work, and you had to have perfect conditions. I mean, I know it's not necessarily AI, but it's just technology. Mm-hmm. It's just things have come so far. I mean, the size of our cameras now.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
I mean,
even the gimbals.
The gimbals, how small they were.
I can run with a gimbal for quite a while, whereas back in the day, it's like, I need to go to the gym so I can use the gimbal.
Yeah. No, it's wild. So, so let's dream a little bit. Where are we headed? Like, where is AI going? Like in video. I mean, like, sit back and imagine, like, are we going to be editing? Are we going to be animating? Are we going to be writing scripts? Or are we going to have, machines that are trained, that understand brands? I mean, that's the biggest gap right now is, and I hear this, just generate landing pages.
Oh man, they're so bad right now.
They're so bad. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you can spend a ton of time in the language, training it, or you can spend a ton of time refining your prompts. Mm-hmm. But you always need, at least right now, people to come back in and, clean them up. And by the time you're done dealing with the prompts, dealing with the cleanup, you're better off doing it on your own, to begin with. It's not necessarily a time saver, except on like the ideation and stuff like that, where it's just like, okay, give me some ideas. Here we go.
Well, and low level tasks. Like we have a shoot with 2 cameras and we need to sync them up. We don't need to do that manually, although we haven't had to do that for years. But that's just an example, like low level tasks, the technology can do it. But I would say, again, this is me pontificating a bit about the future.
Yeah, do.
But I would say more and more, we will be doing a lot less editing, a lot less writing, a lot less animating even. But I don't think that it will be 100% machine-based for quality content. Like today, right now, oh man, seeing the things that are coming for YouTube, it's pretty incredible. And there's even software, someone told me yesterday, I need to verify if this is true, but you type in what you want for a podcast episode, and it will create not only the script, but the recording with an AI voice, the video to go with it. Like you just type in a thing and boom, you have a completely 100% machine generated podcast.
Wow.
That you can just publish.
That's crazy.
And I know it won't
we're gonna be out
good.
of work here pretty quick.
Well, here's the thing. As this AI stuff gets more sophisticated and better, and I can already see it. Like, I've seen AI generated images with hands that look good.
Wow.
Like, that's already happening on different softwares. So I think looking at AI and poo-pooing it because of its shortcomings, it's like, no, that's going to get better. Just like the transcription got better, all these things we're complaining about will get better. But AI can never replace that human touch. So, like, for example, in our podcast, we could have used an AI voice and an AI avatar to represent us talking, but our clients would never get the chance to see who we are. There's a human element that machines, I don't think, can ever replace. And the more we can use AI to replace things that are replaceable or fix things that are just annoying, the more free we are to take what we're doing to even higher levels than we ever have before, and optimizing on the strengths, dare I say, of our humanity, if I'm going to get philosophical, to where, yeah, we're freed up to, be putting our efforts into other things. I mean, you look back, right? Industrial revolution, we can go back we can go way back and get crazy about things. But yeah, so I do think a lot less of the production work we're doing now, but we're going to be doing amazing, amazing things.
So you're a fan?
That's complicated. That's a complicated question, but in general, I'd say yes, I'm a fan, but I do enjoy some of my mindless tasks.
Okay. Yeah. Well, exciting times ahead, and things are moving quickly. And yeah. I mean, I think back in the time that we've worked together, and it's mind blowing how quickly things have moved. Mm-hmm. And, even in the last year with AI, just like, it's going to be, as I've heard it said, it's a great time to be alive. It's really, truly amazing. And I think that there's a lot of good that's going to come of it for businesses. Mm-hmm. In other words, like where people couldn't afford certain quality of video, I think a lot of these tools are freeing us up and giving us time back and allowing, more companies to be able to afford decent work. And so it's going to be exciting.
I will say at the same time, I think standards will increase. Like you look at marketing from the 80s and movies, like a scary movie from the 80s is probably not very scary, right? The CGI has gotten so much better. And I would say from a marketing perspective, the standard of your content is probably going to have to increase too. Because if the people at the top are maximizing on these tools and using their hours and their money and resources towards really developing that high level strategy, that human spark part, if you're not doing that, I mean, content is we're getting so saturated with content. You think we have a lot of content now? Just give it a year. Like what YouTube is doing in 2025, it hasn't rolled out yet. I was watching about this last night. It is going to be insane. We're going to have people that are currently creating on YouTube that maybe could only create one video will suddenly be able to create 10 videos with the AI tools within YouTube. That's just going to make content explode, like at an alarming level. And I think to stand out from that, you need to get really smart on that human spark side, but also really smart on being efficient and keeping up so you can keep up with the amount of content that you need because everybody else can do it so easily.
Great stuff. Well, it feels like we're going to need to like we could probably do placeholder on this podcast here and just update it like you do a page on a website. We could probably come back to this every 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
And probably update this very podcast just with new things that are coming about for videos and photography and just all the things that are going to be happening. It's going to be really cool.
Can I tell you one thing I'm really excited about for video?
Please.
There is this effect where if someone is looking at the camera and they have to look down at their notes or something, they look back up, it makes your eyes stay focused on the camera. So this is already in use. I've seen numerous people using it.
So we don't need a teleprompter right now?
Well, so here's the problem. And to me, this is a big problem. I'm watching this guy's video, and he is like staring at the camera. And he just has this perfect gaze, and sometimes his face would move, but his eyes wouldn't quite track with his face. And I'm like, this bro is using AI. And I honestly had to stop watching it because I'm like...
creeping you out.
But again, that technology, I feel like just give it a little bit of time to refine, and I think it'll be much more usable. Maybe people are using it well now, but just from what I've seen, it's like it needs just a little bit longer to get not looking creepy.
That's awesome. I love it. We will be using that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
100%. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. And thank you for listening to this episode. And if you found it valuable, please subscribe and leave a review. Your support helps us to continue to bring actionable marketing strategies to service businesses around the country. If you have any questions, feel free to email the show at serviceimpact@outsidecommunications.com. You can also find show archives and subscription links at serviceimpact.com. We'll see you next time.